Right.
This episode ends with Michael coming out of his office. He's successfully hidden in his office until 5 p.m., after 5 p.m., and the entire office is waiting to confront him, both about the horrible healthcare plan that Dwight picked and to finally find out, please, what is the surprise? Because he's come in attempting to surprise us with ice cream sandwiches.
Oh, he about hit me in the head with an ice cream sandwich.
Yes.
I mean, Steve actually, like the look on his face after that take, he was like, Ange, how close did that come? I was like, Steve, you pretty much almost hit me in the head with it. And he also announced so proudly, Operation Surprise.
Yes.
And so we're like, okay, what is it? What is it?
And it's all he could come up with in his whole day was ice cream sandwiches. So now it's the end. And then he says that's not the surprise. It's surprising, but it is not the surprise. So at the end of the episode, you confront him.
I do. I love it. I loved being the person that confronted him because Steve is so funny. And he turned to me and he's like, yes, Angela. Like,
thank you for reminding me. So you ask him point blank, what is the surprise, Michael? And then he says, the surprise is. And then he short circuits. He just stops talking.
He just stops talking and it just starts to have like upper lip sweat.
Yeah.
And we all are just looking at him. It is so awkward. It's so awkward. And I remember when we did it, like timing it out to that moment where we start to like slowly leave each person.
Yes.
And how long that felt.
Yes.
It felt so long.
It really did as we were standing there. And they had choreographed the order in which we would leave. And of course, we did many takes. So we would have to come back and reset. And I remember thinking, are we going to leave this? This is a giant pause with no dialogue. Is this going to be able to stand? Because that was not something you did on television shows. In fact, on television shows, especially comedies, it was pretty traditional to have like set up, joke, set up, joke. And this was like a whole different rhythm. And so, yeah, I remember this. And I remember he just had to stand there.
Oh, it was so awkward. And then when you watch it, it's so like cringy, but it's perfect. It's perfect.
It's so good.
And there's so many times, like when I watch episodes of The Office where I'm like, how does Michael come back from that? Like I say that to myself, like, how does he come back the next day and be
we
like,
all knew there was no surprise.
We all knew, but man, we made him suffer through that pause.
And then best last line ever. After that suffering silence, Rain says, Jan wants you to call her. So good.
So good.
Aw, that's